Good evening everyone, I am Gautami G. I am practicing in Jesus College, Mysuru. My seminar topic is paper chromatography. Let's study in detail about the paper chromatography. Majorly there are many types in the parts in the paper chromatography, like introduction of paper chromatography, um, principle of paper chromatography, instrumentation of paper chromatography, RF value, and even about the application of paper chromatography. Let's study in detail one by one. So what is, first of all, what is chromatography? Chromatography is a separation technique used for the bulk separation molecules in the laboratory, and even in the pharmaceutical companies they'll use chromatographic techniques. So what is paper chromatography? Paper chromatography is a type of planar chromatography where chromatography procedures are run by a specialized using a paper. Paper chromatography explains that is an inexpensive and powerful analytical technique which requires a piece of small paper serving as an adsorbent which absorbs the molecules in the stationary phase, across which a particular solution is allowed to pass through a solution. Mobile phase which passes through a stationary phase, where stationary phase will stay stagnant. And it was first discovered by German scientist Christian Friedrich Stauben. Paper chromatography is considered to be the simplest and most widely used chromatographic techniques because of its application of isolation and identification of the molecules, and qualitative determination of organic and inorganic compounds. Majorly paper chromatography used for the separation of organic and inorganic compounds in the laboratories. Let's study about the principle of paper chromatography, or how it works. The paper chromatography. Paper chromatography is a form of liquid chromatography where the basic principle involved can be either partition chromatography and adsorption chromatography. In paper principle of paper chromatography, there are majorly two types. One is partition chromatography, and the second one is absorption chromatography. Let's study about the partition and absorption chromatography. First one is partition chromatography. It's a separation compound distributed between majorly two phases of liquid. The two phases are, here the one phase is liquid. Here the one phase is liquid, and the other held amidst the pores of filter paper. And the other liquid is mobile phase, which pass through the stationary phase and travels along the filter paper. Separation of mixture is the result that is absorbed from the difference in the affinity towards the water and the mobile phase. They're traveling in the stationary phase by capillary action between the pores of filter paper. And in absorption chromatography, paper filled with silica or alumina gel acts as adsorbent and solvent as mobile phase. And here the picture of paper chromatography, or how it works the paper chromatography. Here it is called as lid, and it is the one which is in blue color, it is called as solvent front, and the one the present at the bottom, it is called as solvent. And its origin, and its in the length of the paper, it is 2 centimeter, and the 6 centimeter, 8 centimeter, and 10 centimeter. It's a pictorial representation of the paper chromatography. And next topic is instrumentation. How the paper chromatography works. Majorly there are three instrumentation. One is stationary phase and paper used. and the second one is paper chromatography mobile phase, and the third one is chromatography chamber. Let's study one by one. And the first one is paper chromatography, stationary phase and papers used. Wattman filter paper of different grade number, it is present in like a very small circle. Watchman filter paper of different grade number one Watchman filter paper number 1, 2, 3, 4, and even 20 and 40. Watchman filter, it is a Watchman filter paper numbers. In general, the Watchman filter paper contains 98 to 99% of the alpha cellulose and 0.3 to 1% of beta cellulose is present. And even for the paper chromatography, you can use the acid or base washed filter paper, and glass fiber type paper is also used for the paper chromatography. And the second one is paper chromatography mobile phase. Pure solvents and buffer solution, and even buffer solution or mixture of solvents can also be used in the paper chromatography for separation of the molecules. And the third one is chromatography chamber. They are made up of many materials like glass and even plastic or stainless steel. Glass tanks and preferred glass tanks and preferred are the most. They are available in various dimensional size, and paper chromatography is available in various sizes and shapes. Depending upon the paper length, the paper chromatography has various sizes and shape, paper length, and even developing type. So instrumentation is majorly three types: stationary phase, paper chromatography, and even chromatography chamber. And the next is RF value. The distance traveled from solute to solvent is known as RF value. RF value can also be defined as distance traveled by the solute to the distance traveled by the solvent. And some compounds in a mixture travels almost as far as the solvent does. How far this solute will travel, solvent also travel for that distance. Some stay as much close to the baseline. And the last topic is applications, where we all use in the paper chromatography. Majorly paper chromatography is used in the chemical laboratories, biochemical laboratories, and even in the pharmaceutical lab. So it helps to detect the contaminants or the impurities present in the food and the water in the big industry or in the restaurants. It also helps in the detection of and drugs in animals and humans, where animals and humans for the detection of the drugs and DOPs in animals. And the other application is analysis of the reaction between biochemical labs, where the reaction takes place in the biochemical labs. There are also paper chromatography can be used for the separation of the bulk molecules, and it also helps in the study of ripening, and it also helps in the study of ripening and fermentation of the fruits and vegetables in the market or in the laboratories. And also to check the control on purity of pharmaceuticals, how the medicine is obtained, how much the tablet purity is present. That all we can estimate by the paper chromatography. Majorly there are many applications are present in the paper chromatography. Thank you.